guys, and welcome back, and here we have my veteran white scars. Now obviously you know I've been working on my white scars. I'm kind of enjoying this. Now I've been looking at a lot of images online, referring to a lot of Neil Roberts' work as well, because there's only one image from Forge World so far that we've seen that shows them in their colour scheme, where we've got whites, silvers, golds and the reds on there. But Neil Roberts stuff at the moment has given me a bit of a heads up to what might happen with the scars, where they have a lot more red and a lot more gold and a lot more design, floor design. Well, not so much floor design, but a lot more garnish added to the armour, so to speak, which has been really good, because that's been really useful when putting these guys together. Now obviously these guys are the veterans, so I want them to look a little bit more exciting than just the basic troops, because these guys are honoured warriors. You know, they've been around a lot longer, and so I wanted to give them that little bit more added sort of like bling, so to speak. So I thought we'd start off with this guy first. He's come out really well. Now I've done, because they're a veteran squad, they're allowed a number of different power weapons and stuff like that. So for this guy I've given him a power axe. He's got a bolter in the other hand. I wanted to make his iconography on his armour slightly different to the rest of the troops. So the guy with the banner and the guy with the Vox have got like a line with gold, a gold band down the centre with writing in it. It just gives it a different look, which really makes it and really brings it out. And if I turn the light around a little bit more, you'll get a bit more of a look, which is, there you go, that's a lot better. So as you can see, scar symbol on the side, heavily battle damaged as usual. Lots of gold in this, lots of reds that have been added to it, and lots of silver as well in there, just to break it up. And if you can see, it's got the Legion number there, and I've done a little bit of writing on it, which just makes no sense. RIAN. So that's that guy. He's pretty cool. I was quite happy with him. He came out quite well. And I thought we'd take a look at these guys. So I was looking at like sort of Mongolian weapons, and they have that sort of saber-like weapon, so I went for those with these guys. Again, very lovely posing. It gives you the sense of a lot of natural movement to it, because you can do that with this resin. It's fantastic for reposing and playing around with, and I've got to say I've thoroughly enjoyed doing these. They've come out really nicely, so it's been quite cool. So they can go over there. And then we've got the Vox caster. The Vox caster I've totally enjoyed doing as well, but the only trouble is I didn't have the right backpack for it. But I thought, well, do you know what, I don't really mind, it kind of works anyway. It just gives it that extra look. Now I did have a snapped aerial on there, and because I had some leftover bits and pieces of resin that were just miscast and bits of from the mould, I just used it as an aerial, and it worked really, really well. Again, lots of golds on him. Again, he's got the symbol on the shoulder to notify that he's the Vox caster, an honoured position within the veteran group, and that's worked out quite nicely. He's come out quite nice. Now, played around with some green stuffing here. Now you're going to wonder what that big yellow symbol is. Now I've put a big yellow symbol on all of these. Now when I was looking at Neil Roberts' work, there was like this, almost like a gold disc with a star in the centre of it on the front cover of the Scars book, and it worked out really, really nicely. So I followed that. Well, it looked just brilliant, so I followed that motif back in to the models, and I've tried to copy bits and pieces off there, especially like markings and stuff like that, just to make him a little bit more different to the average sort of normal white scar, because you notice he's got like a, if I turn that, like a red and white backpack, different kind of sword. There's green stuff fur on the side, like a pelt there, Again, he's got the Legion symbol on the shoulder pad, and he's got all the red markings in the right place, which is quite cool. We also have this guy. Now, Puppets War, I've got some stuff from Puppets War, and I wanted to play around with these blades because I found them to be very sort of like Asian looking, very sort of that curved Mongolian type look, and I kind of like the style of the weapon, and I'm hoping that we see some of that difference in the Forge World stuff when they finally see the White Scars, that their weapons aren't just straight blades and stuff like that. There's a curve to them all. Hope someone's listening. Who knows? You never know. So this guy, he's come out nicely. There's a lovely pose to him, lovely movement. Again, his red patterns are completely different to everybody else's, and it's come out quite nicely. So I'm quite happy. Again, they've all come out really, really well. And again, you can see that yellow motif on the shoulder pad. Puppet War heads again. A saber-like weapon. The symbol on the back there, and he's got his own markings on his backpack and on the rest of the body as well. Now I've gone for the gold bling on there because it just suits it. It just comes out really, really, really well. Now here we have the sergeant for the squad. If you look at him, he comes with a plasma pistol as usual and a power fist. I like that combination. It's a really beautiful combination. He's standing on a World Eater part, so you've got a World Eater helmet with a shoulder pad there, and it just suits it really well. Again, Puppet War head, because those heads just sort that Mongolian look, and part of the red backpack is red, and I've just sort of played around with it there, which has come out quite nicely. And then we'll just rush through these last three. Again, you've got to have your standard bolter, and melters are always good for any type of vehicle abuse that you may get. And they look pretty cool, dude. You know, they've got all the bits and pieces that I wanted on them. Again, each one's individual. You know, they're never the same, and that's worked out quite nicely. I've used a lot of beautiful reds from GW and from Minotaur. And then we have one more guy running. He's got like a combi weapon there, but it will just stand for a normal basic weapon. Helmet on the back. And I suffered a little bit of frosting from this. You can see it, it's just slightly started to frost. Lucky enough, it didn't go too badly. I had one figure that I was doing for a friend of mine, and it was an ultramarine, and that frosted beyond belief. It was almost like it had been in the snow. It's just dreadful, absolutely dreadful. So I'd have to reclaim that figure. But all in all, that's my veteran squad. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's slightly longer than I wanted it to be, but do you know what? It was quite nice just showing off these bits and pieces. So guys, I will see you soon. You be good, you stay safe, and keep model making.